Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the challenge. I'm glad that you guys have decided to join the challenge and make the change in your life that you deserve. To introduce myself, I'm Dirk. I'm the co founder of the challenge, and I'm also a fitness fanatic at heart. So, my journey started a long, long time ago. Not by the beard is due to Corona, as is one of the side effects, obviously. I've always loved sport and training, and the thing that's always worked for me is to set new challenges and new goals. So when I finished school, I decided I'm going to swim the mid-mile, which is essentially a 1.6 kilometer swim across a dam with 3,000 other people. I trained for a couple of months and I did it. I've never been part of a club. I've never swum anywhere else. I just did it. Then I decided I need a new challenge, and there was a competition in the men's health. Ironically, it was also called the Belly Off. So I joined and I worked hard, and I managed to actually get into the magazine. So I made top 10. So that was awesome. Then I decided I needed a new challenge, and I heard of something called Sleek Geek. Sounds funny, but it's quite a nice group as well. So if you have a chance at some point, a lot of good tips on there as well. Join them. They're on Facebook. So I joined them, and I just wanted to join it just to change my life, and I ended up actually winning the competition. It was run over 12 weeks, of which 4 I was sick, and I couldn't train at all. So it was 8 grueling weeks of training, and I actually managed to do quite well. So winning the competition for me was quite a highlight and a surprise as well. Then after that, I decided, okay, what's the next thing for me? I've always wanted to be not a bodybuilder, but like wanted to get up on stage. So I set that goal for myself, got myself a coach, and helped me with the diet and training. And it was really tough, I must admit. And I don't think that's something I will do again. I just feel it's a bit harsh on the body, but I enjoyed it and I did it. I got on stage, made the single digits in terms of body fat. So I got down to like 3%, 4% body fat. And I went on stage and I owned it and I enjoyed it. And my journey since then has been a roller coaster. Life happens as well. So there's always hurdles in someone's life. So after that, well, through all of that, I've always been into karate. So I would have qualified now for my third Dan in June, but again, due to Corona, that's been postponed. So I'll be qualifying for my third Dan before the end of this year, hopefully. And last year, I competed at the World Championships in England for representing South Africa as a Springbok. So that was one of my highlights in my life with regards to fitness, if you want to put it that way. So since all of that happened, that was in November that I did the World Champs. Since then, life happens. A couple of curveballs, I stopped training, moved. There's a whole lot of things that's happened, and I haven't trained for 6 months. So, and about 3 months ago, with the lockdown, I decided I needed to reset, refocus, and start training. And I did, without any weights or any sort. I've got a set of dumbbells at home and some rubber bands to train with, but that's the only equipment I've got, and a stationary bicycle. And I've actually lost 5 kilos already up to this point. So I don't have a six-pack anymore. So that's something that's my next goal. With this challenge, I'm going to try and get my six-pack. So I'm with you guys in this journey. So we're all in this together. So the challenge requires you to do a minimum of about 30 minutes of physical activity per day. The more you do, the better. But obviously don't overdo it, because we're all in different phases and stages of our fitness journey. Different shapes, sizes, injuries. I know I've got my fair share of injuries, and you just do whatever you can. And if there's a challenge put out to do 10 minutes of lunges and you can only do 5, then do 5, as long as it's a challenge for you. Tomorrow you can then attempt to do 6 minutes and 7 minutes, and eventually you work your way up. At the end of the day, it's about challenging yourself. Yes, we're doing it as a group, but whether you do 6 minutes a day and the next person does 10, as long as it's challenging for you, then you will reap the rewards. You might even look better than the next person because it was more challenging for you. So then whatever workout you do, whether it's running, walking, body weight, it doesn't really matter as long as you push your heart rate up and you watch what you eat. At the end of the day, it doesn't help you training, but you're eating all the crap food and takeaways. You can't out-train a bad diet. That's a given. With this lockdown, what I started doing, because obviously in the office you're up and down, walking to get water. So there's a lot of walking. But now when you're at home, you're sedentary. So you're sitting down and the fridge is within arm's length. So you're not as active anymore. So what I started doing is that every time I would get up from my chair, I would actually do 10 push-ups. So if I want to get water, I drop down for 10 push-ups, get my water, come back. Before I sit down, I do another 10. So in doing that, I up my activity levels. And that's what it's about. It's about burning calories. It's all about your calorie intake versus expenditure. So if your body requires 1,800 calories a day to function, and that's not picking up weight, not losing weight, it's just keeping your current body weight, and you drop 200 calories, you will lose weight because you're in a deficit. But if you eat 2,000 calories, you're in surplus. You've got eating 200 calories more, so you will pick up weight. So that's all it's about. It's about what you put into your body, and that's the same with exercise. As long as you're exercising more than what you're eating, you will lose weight, if that is your goal. And obviously the other benefits of looking better and also being healthier at the end of the day. So with training, make sure you warm up and cool down, especially in the winter now, because it is cold. And the last thing we want is to have you get injured and then you're out of the challenge. And then it's demotivating. So warm up, warm down, and this journey will be fun. That's what it's all about. It's about being fun. If you're experiencing any sort of pain, pain is a good thing if it's the right type of pain. Sounds funny, but if it's just muscle stiffness or you're struggling to get that last push-up done, that's fine. That's normal pain. But if you feel that my one shoulder is sore when I'm doing a push-up, you know what? Stop. Assess what the problem is, because it might be something serious, and by you continuing, you might actually just hurt yourself. And that's the last thing you want to do right now. So if you're unsure, ask on the group, and if you're still unsure, ask a health physician. At the end of the day, this is your journey and you're responsible ultimately for your health. We are all here to help and all on the same journey, but your health comes first. That is the end of it. Make sure your workouts is fun. There's loads of resources on the web. If you go onto YouTube, there's fun exercises. There's something I found, Sally Up, which is essentially a piece of music playing, and every time they say Sally down, then you go down to a squat, and you stay there until they say Sally up. So that's become part of my training regime. Initially, I didn't like it, but it's tough, and it's really fun. So there's lots of things you can do. Maybe even WhatsApp video call one of your mates and do a training session together. You don't have to train alone. And that's the fun thing about having someone else also committing to this challenge. And the nice thing is you can maybe have, like you call it, a commitment partner, someone that you commit to train with every single day. And you can be on call. I mean, data these days, if you have fiber or whatever, it's cheap. So you can do a 30-minute video call and you can train together with a person as if you've got your training partner right there. So it needs to be fun, it needs to be interactive at the end of the day. It doesn't help, it's boring. Don't shy away from weights. Weights is good. It burns calories. As a female, you're not going to bulk up and get these huge muscles. You do not have the hormones for it. It's a given. Men, on the other hand, if you do weights consistently over a period of time with the right amount of nutrients and food, you will bulk up. You will pick up muscle eventually. Obviously, not like the big bodybuilders, because they use a whole lot of other stuff, which is illegal. But you will tone up. Okay, so weights is a good thing. As with cardio, doesn't mean you're doing cardio, you're not going to build muscle. You're doing weights, you're not going to lose fat. So you need to, it's all about a balancing act. When I did my bodybuilding show, I only did 20 minutes of cardio a day, but yet I got down to 4% body fat. And that's with doing weights and only 20 minutes of cardio. So at the end of the day, it's diet. Diet is key, and energy expenditure versus calories in and out. That's all it's about. And that's something I believe in wholeheartedly. So HIIT, high intensity interval training, is also a good thing that you can do for weight loss. Google it, YouTube. We'll probably put on some video clips and some clips for everybody to have a look at. And it's good fun. It really pushes your heart rate up, and it break a good sweat, so you feel like you really had a good workout. So try it. Don't overexert yourself. Try and keep it simple. Don't injure yourself. Like I've said, if you don't know what you're doing, ask us or ask someone. That's at the end of the day, we're in this again. We're in this together. Then, if you're committing to do 13 minutes a day, make the commitment to yourself. Set an alarm, and every day at that time, train. It's in the first couple of days, it's going to be challenging, but once you're into that routine, it's going to be part of your life. And if you skip a day, you're going to feel it. You're going to want to say, no, I need to do a double training session tomorrow because I forgot to train or I didn't get to training, or just move your training out, but don't skip a day's training. Commit to training at least 5 to 6 days. Give yourself some time to rest as well. Resting is important as well. And training when you're injured is not a good thing either. So be aware of that. When you commit to embark on this journey, okay, do it with purpose and stick with it. Another trap that many people fall into is believing everything they read and see online. At the end of the day, this is your journey, and there's no funny gimmicks and fads. You need to take ownership of your health and your journey. A lot of people say, oh, do the Tim Noakes diet or do the Atkins diet. Like I've said, at the end of the day, it's a simple calculation. Calories in, calories out. There's various diets. I mean, that's what people say, oh, if it fits your macros, diet is a better one because you can eat chocolates and all of that. At the end of the day, that's also within a calorie-controlled diet, about how many calories you take in versus how many you burn, regardless of what you eat. But it's about getting the right amount of nutrients in, which is important. So don't fall for the fads. If something looks too good to be true, it probably is. Fat burners, guys, a good diet, there's nothing better than that. Fat burners, all you're going to lose is water, and you'll pick up the water right after. So the skull looks good for a day or two, but fat burners is a waste of money. Don't waste your money on fat. If you want to know something, ask us. There's a lot of us who've got a lot of experience with these things, and rather waste money on good stuff like good food than on unnecessary supplements. A good diet far outweighs a set of supplements that's not going to really add any value as such. Okay, we will organize members of the group and fitness trainers and instructors to render Zoom classes every now and then. So please join these. They are interactive and they're fun. So please be interactive. Talk to us on the group. We all very new. So there's some of us more experienced than others, but we all willing to share. And that's the important thing. Sharing in this case is caring. And obviously there's a little bit of motivation for those that have put in the 100 Rand ante to win the money at the end of the day. So like I said, I mean, you've got a chance to win all the money as well. So besides the fact that you'll look fantastic as well. So thank you for listening to me. Hope you enjoy this journey, and I can't wait to see you guys on the other side. Have fun.